Hello everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. We are going to start with analyzing today's newspaper, that is 7 September 2020. 7 September 2020 का आज हम द हिंदू न्यूज़पेपर एनालाइज करने जा रहे हैं. द एनालिसिस इज डन इन बोथ द लैंग्वेजेस हिंदी एंड इंग्लिश सो दैट both the students who understand Hindi and the students who understand only English they can feel comfortable in the class, right? So now we are going to start with the analysis. Before that, there's a small announcement. The class PDF notes resources you will get them on my Telegram channel Simplifying UPSC with Ease. नीचे लिंक दिया हुआ है डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में. द लिंक इज ऑल्सो गिवन इन द डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स बिलो, सो यू कैन just download the Telegram app, search the channel Simplifying UPSC with Ease, or simply click on the link given below in the description box and download the class notes and resources. Okay, chalo, let's start with the analysis then without delaying. Over here you can see I'm also teaching live on Unacademy Plus. In fact, I have a special class, free special class tonight also at 10 p.m. Right, and that special class will be on a very important topic related to GS paper 3, which is important for prelims, important biodiversities and national parks and news. तो आज रात को 10 बजे स्पेशल क्लास है, फ्री स्पेशल क्लास है, जिसका लिंक डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में दिया हुआ है. यू कैन ज्वाइन दैट फ्री स्पेशल क्लास टुनाइट ऑन Unacademy Plus also. It is free of any cost. And also you can subscribe to Unacademy Plus if you want to. By using this code Sharma20 you can easily gain 10% discount on Unacademy Plus subscription. चाहे आप किसी भी एग्जाम के लिए सब्सक्राइब करो, 1 month, 3 month, 6 month, 12, 24, जितने भी महीने का सब्सक्रिप्शन लो, आपको easily 10% डिस्काउंट मिल जाएगा आपकी सब्सक्रिप्शन पर, ये कोड यूज करके. ठीक है, दिस इज हाउ वी टीच ऑन Unacademy Plus. इस तरीके से पढ़ाया जाता है. यू कैन सी द स्लाइड, द एजुकेटर इज ओवर हियर. यू कैन आस्क योर डाउट्स इन द कमेंट सेक्शन एज वेल. Now let's start with the class. First news, page number 1, GS paper 3, government suspends FCRA clearance of 4 Christian groups. Now this is important for prelims. ये जो news है ना, ये आपके सिर्फ prelims के लिए फिलहाल अभी बहुत important है. You should know about FCRA. What is FCRA? This is important for prelims 2020, 21, 22 also. So over here, out of the six NGOs whose license under the FCRA was suspended by Union Home Ministry this year, 4 are Christian associations. Total 6 NGOs हैं जिनके लाइसेंस को कैंसिल किया गया है FCRA के अंडर, फॉरेन कंट्रीब्यूशन रेगुलेशन एक्ट के तहत, जिनमें से 4 जो हैं वो क्रिश्चियन एसोसिएशंस हैं. आउट ऑफ दी 6 NGOs whose license has been cancelled, 4 are Christian NGOs, right? Now what is FCRA? An FCRA license is mandatory for a non-profit organization to receive foreign funds. अगर आप एक NPO हो, non-profit organization, if you're a NPO, then if you want to receive foreign funds for your working, then you need an FCRA license. अगर आपको foreign funds आप receive कर रहे हो, तो आपको FCRA license चाहिए. Only then you can receive the foreign funds. Okay. So in 2019, 6 NGO license under the FCRA have been suspended. FCRA license is mandatory for a NPO to receive foreign funds. It is a law which was enacted by Parliament to regulate foreign contribution, that is donation, provided by certain individuals or associations to the NGOs and others within India. इंडिया में जितने भी NGOs हैं, अगर उनको बाहर से डोनेशन मिल रही है तो FCRA लाइसेंस उनके पास होना चाहिए. They should have FCRA license. Clear? Now the next important news. Both India, Iran discuss Afghan peace process, page 1, GS paper 2. Again, this is important for prelims. First of all, you should remember Iran is a observer. It has an observer status at Shanghai Cooperation Organization. We studied this on 5th September as well. हमने 5th September 2020 में 20 को SCO के बारे में पढ़ा था. Right? We have studied about SCO, if you remember. Now here, the defense ministers of India and Iran, they met recently in Tehran, discussed ways to take forward the bilateral cooperation, and they exchanged views on regional security issues also. तो इंडिया और ईरान के डिफेंस मिनिस्टर्स मीटिंग हुई है दोनों के बीच में, और दोनों ने बायलेटरल कोऑपरेशन टॉपिक्स के ऊपर डिस्कशन किया है. दे एक्सचेंज्ड व्यूज ऑन रीजनल सिक्योरिटी इश्यूज आल्सो, including peace and stability in Afghanistan. Also, both the leaders focused on the cultural, linguistic, civilizational ties between India and Iran. Basically, this meeting was to strengthen up the relations between India and Iran. We all know about the nuclear deal, because of which India is also in confusion how to go ahead, right? Because US is posing restrictions and sanctions on our transactional deals. So that is why India-Iran, this particular meeting and discussion was necessary to strengthen up the ties between the two, right? Next important news on page 1, Keshavananda Bharati, savior of constitution. So Keshavananda Bharati Swamiji, who passed away on Sunday, was the sole unwitting petitioner in the historic fundamental rights case which prevented the nation from slipping into a totalitarian regime. The very famous Keshavananda Bharati case, जिसके वजह से हमें basic structure doctrine के बारे में पता चला. Because of him only we got to know about the basic structure doctrine that you study today, right? So Keshavananda Bharati Swamiji, he died on Sunday. Right, he is very famous for the Keshavananda Bharati versus State of Kerala case 1973. So now he filed a petition to challenge the amendments in Kerala land reforms law. इन्होंने क्या किया था, केरला के जो लैंड रिफॉर्म लॉज थे ना, उनको चैलेंज करने के लिए पिटीशन फाइल की थी, बट इट वाज एक्सटेंडेड टू बिकम अ सीरीज ऑफ कॉन्स्टिट्यूशनल अमेंडमेंट्स व्हिच वाज इंट्रोड्यूस्ड बाय द देन गवर्नमेंट, granting unlimited power to parliament to alter the constitution. And the very famous of them was the 24th amendment of the constitution, right? Now this enabled parliament to dilute fundamental rights. इस particular amendment से ना पार्लियामेंट को पावर मिल गया था कि वो फंडामेंटल राइट्स को पूरी तरीके से डाइल्यूट खत्म कर सकते हैं थ्रू अमेंडमेंट्स ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन. दिस केस वाज हर्ड बाय अ बेंच ऑफ 13 जजेस. So this Keshavananda Bharati judgment gave rise to the basic structure doctrine which limited parliament's power. इसके अंदर जो अनलिमिटेड पावर मिल गई थी ना पार्लियामेंट को, बिकॉज ऑफ दिस अमेंडमेंट Parliament got the unlimited power to change the constitution. But because of this particular person, because of this particular case, the Parliament's power to make drastic amendments was limited, right? So if there is any drastic amendments that may affect the core values enshrined in the constitution like secularism or federalism, that will be limited, that power will be limited. Plus judicial review का concept भी सामने निकल कर आया था, ठीक है? So this is very very important news for prelims. Next important news, research paper calls for change in India's forest policy, DG Forest. Again, very, very important from GS paper 3's perspective, environment and ecology. So now, based on the findings of the research paper titled The Impact of Forest Policies on Timber Production in India, a review, which was published in 2016 in the Natural Resource Forum, which is a United Nations Sustainable Development Journal. A senior official in India has called for a review of the current forest policy in India. Right? ये जो research paper है ना, ये US में, UN में publish किया गया था 2016 में. Right? It was published in 2016. But a senior official in India, he has challenged India's forest policy based on this research paper. राइट, सीनियर ऑफिशियल है इंडिया में, फॉरेस्ट ऑफिशियल, जिन्होंने इस रिसर्च पेपर के फाइंडिंग्स को पढ़ने के बाद इंडिया की करंट फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी को चैलेंज किया है. सो बेसिकली करंट फॉरेस्ट पॉलिसी इन इंडिया, व्हाट इज इट? Following a 1996 Supreme Court order which regulated logging in government forest policies in India have focused on conservation only. हमारी forest policy ना conservation पे focus करती है. The policies prioritize conservation over production. हम forest में production से ज़्यादा conservation पे focus करते हैं. We should conserve the trees, we should conserve the land, greenery, etc. And we do not focus on the production. Right? So what are the concerns with the present forest policy? First is fall in domestic production. Right? Because we are focusing on conservation, we are not focusing on production. So the domestic demand for timber has been growing due to the increasing population and per capita GDP. But decades of policies which are being focused on conservation only instead of production, it has resulted in domestic timber production witnessing a slump. तो होता क्या है, हमारे कंट्री में ना टिम्बर का डिमांड बहुत ज्यादा है और बढ़ता ही जा रहा है. बट बिकॉज हम प्रोडक्शन से ज्यादा कंजर्वेशन पे फोकस करते हैं ना, तो हम इस डिमांड को पूरा नहीं कर पा रहे, जिसके वजह से प्रोडक्शन नीचे की तरफ जा रहा है. डिमांड बढ़ रहा है और प्रोडक्शन नीचे है. राइट? Then second is reliance on imports. Given the shortfall in domestic production, timber imports have witnessed a rise. And the dependency on imports could backfire as the exporting countries have been shifting to a conservation based approach, right? So these two are the fallouts in the current policy, and the research paper argues in favor of more balanced approach between conservation and production. So there is a need for a forest policy characterized by equal importance given to restoration, conservation and production. मतलब सिर्फ एक एस्पेक्ट पे फोकस ना किया जाए, रिस्टोरेशन, कंजर्वेशन और प्रोडक्शन तीनों को बैलेंस अप्रोच में लेकर आगे चला जाए. दैट इज द डिमांड राइट नाउ. ठीक है. Next important news, Mupla rioters not freedom fighters, says report. So there has been a book which has been released recently by Prime Minister, Dictionary of Martyrs, India's Freedom Struggle for 1857 to 1947. So an ICHR member has he has asked for the removal of Malabar rebellion leaders from the martyrs list based on report submitted to ICHR in 2016. In this report, he accused Mupla rebellion leaders of communal killing. जो आपका Mupla rebellion 1921 का हुआ था ना, this is important for GS paper 1 and prelims. What is Mupla rebellion, right? So the Muslims, they gathered against the Hindus, right? तो Malabar region में, that is Kerala के region में, so coastal Kerala. So this particular report filed by the ICHR member, he accused Mupla rebellion leaders of communal killing during 1921 riots. And he recommended removal of Vegan tragedy victims and Malabar rebellion leaders Ali Musliar and Waryam Kunnat Ahmed Haji from the list of martyrs. Now, what is Vegan tragedy? It is the death of Indian prisoners in Malabar region of Kerala, state of India in 1921 because of this rebellion. Okay, so you have to study about Mupla riots from the perspective of prelims. When did it happen? Why did it happen? Who were the leaders? This point you have to study. Now the next important news related to economy, GS paper 3, economy से related news है. Now close old power plants save 53,000 crore. Shutting down thermal power plants older than 20 years in 11 key states can save the exchequer 53,000 crore over 5 years, says an analysis by Climate Research Horizon. So this particular topic shows about the stress in the power sector and that several power distribution companies, like that is the DISCOMs in India and states, remain financially stressed. And there are different causative factors because of this, behind this stress in the power sector. First factor is low revenue generation. The free power for agriculture is a major challenge for the power sector. Right, then government entities क्या करती हैं, delayed payments करती हैं discoms को, and these discoms are also required to provide subsidized power to significant segments of their customer base, because of which there is low revenue generation. Second reason is surplus capacity. Several states have installed capacity that is far in excess of actual requirement. So despite having surplus generation capacity, extra 60,000 megawatt thermal power is officially under construction across the country, and another is 29,000 megawatt in the proposal, that is in the permitting stage. There is extra capacity which is not getting fulfilled. So this is huge overcapacity in the electricity system and disproportionate fixed cost obligations for such discoms. So, and this was the analysis done by the Climate Research Horizon. It has revealed that shutting down of thermal power plants older than 20 years in selected states can help save the exchequer rupees 53,000 crore over 5 years. Basically, this saving will accrue from not having to spend on retrofitting these plants to reduce the toxicity of their emissions. Okay, so this is the news. Now I hope you enjoyed today's news analysis. अगर आपको आज का news analysis अच्छा लगा हो, do let me know in the comment section if you have any doubt. Thank you and have a wonderful day ahead.